All right, so now we're into the next part of this Atlas process, and what I want to show you here is how to start setting up the next part of your units. These are under my develop, okay, and we've gone through this about how to create your different units. I'm going to click on one unit. We're going to load. Okay, so there's 5 parts to stage 1. First part we've done now. We've added our goals. Okay, done. There's 4 parts left. Enduring understandings, essential questions, knowledge and skills. All right, I'm going to focus on essential questions just because I have those particular files open. All right, so I want you to look at this document if you have a chance. Intro to UBD handout -1.pdf. You all got this, shared to you by Christine, I don't know, before school started. And these are actually taken from a UBD workbook that is really, really helpful. Christine has multiple copies if you want just the actual book. I'm sitting here looking at my book as I look at this file. That says page 21 in my book. It's actually page 107. So I have the original of this. Right now, this is just a summary of that workbook. So this is what we're focusing on, essential questions. And rather than go through a big long explanation of what they are and how they work, I like having goods and bads. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for enduring understandings. Essential questions, they're arguable, they're moderately open-ended. Your content should better prepare someone to answer that question. Okay, and I hope that makes sense. So if we look at some of these, how would life be different if we couldn't measure time? Okay, you can kind of come up with a bunch of different ways, and that being different than how many minutes are in an hour. That's very concrete. That's just a particular piece of knowledge that a student can regurgitate back to you, okay? This is when we're looking at more explorative questions. How can they examine it? They're going to need certain facts to be able to answer this question better, but there doesn't necessarily have to be a right answer. Usually there's just kind of a process and a thought process that you can see, okay, wow, this kid clearly has an idea of how to answer this question. They're more prepared to answer the question now that you've delivered the unit. And these can actually be very good before and after projects where this can be almost like an entrance ticket, if you've ever done that. Have the student answer this question before you even start the unit, and then save those questions, and then have them answer them again at the end of it, and you and your student should be able to see how much better prepared they are to answer the questions. So this document you can see, so I'm not going to read through all of it. I just like the goods and the bads, and on here, it's page 21, okay? What I do like that you can go Google and find all over the internet, examples. Okay, do not try to find all these on your own. Go find them, okay? Like I said, I'm going to be doing some health units, so I'm going to Google health, okay? And if I look here, what is healthful living? I don't like that word, so I'm not going to ever use that. How can a diet be healthy for one person and not another? That's essential because it's not just asking what is a healthy diet, okay? It's saying how could one be healthy for one and not for the other, okay? So what I did was I went into Google here and I did like health essential questions, okay? And here's what I got. I got a PDF file from Utah with health essential questions, okay? So knowing what my standards were, I started to look through here, and I even highlighted this one. How does what I eat affect my physical health, okay? And I'm trying to think of like age levels here. Probably not a grade 1, probably not a grade 2, but that could be a grade 3, okay? Maybe a grade 2, all right? So I'm just gonna copy it. I'm gonna go into my Atlas. I'm going to paste it. Done. Okay, I'll get rid of the 2. Okay, and now what I'm looking at up here, why people need food to have healthy bodies. Okay, how does what I eat affect my physical health? So this is already leading into kind of you are what you eat. All right, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm looking at just essential questions. I'm going to go back to that PDF file. And like I said, I'm doing mostly health, so I'm going to be looking at nutrition. Let's see, I'm looking for more grade 1 standards. Now a lot of these, alcohol and substance abuse, these are actually grade 4, 5, and 3, 4, and 5 standards. So I'm going to save these, but I'm really looking for grade 1s, okay? Now, part of my unit, one of them is on safety. In fact, let me check back up here. Eating well. All right, let me go into my safety one. Be safe. All right, back into this PDF file, be safe. How can I avoid dangerous situations to keep myself safe? Perfect, I like it. Copy, All right, now I had some in here, but I think I might remove that one and put in this one. How can I avoid dangerous situations to keep myself safe? Okay, if I look at this benchmark, the learner will be able to demonstrate an understanding of how to stay safe and avoid injuries to themselves and others in a variety of situations, using knowledge about potential risks at home, in the community, and outdoors. How can I avoid dangerous situations? Done, and I didn't even think of that. Okay, and the idea is there should be many different ways to answer the question, but the student should be able to answer the question better after the delivery of the lecture. Okay, so I hope this gives you an idea of what we're looking at for essential questions.